guys, it's Brenda. Let's get started on some of the prettiest paper I think I have ever seen. I fell in love with it. May said you're gonna love it, and I do. Y'all know I'm not a big butterfly person. I'm more into birds than I am butterflies, but this was beautiful paper. But we're gonna look at some more pages here. And I like to have a petticoat pattern in some places. So I found these dots and stripes. And there's lots of this that looks so good with it. So I was really excited to find that. Then I picked up quite a few of the bling. Don't know what I'm gonna use, don't know what I'm not gonna use. I had some in my stash. And I also want to encourage you, especially if you take my classes or anything I do, to kind of get you a junk bin. Something that you can put all these little odds and ends that really make it your junk journal or Brenda journal. So let's get started. I've already done this. I have already done some of the fussy cutting out of here. Let me go through here and I'll show you what I did. On this page, I just cut out just to use as stickers, basically. I cut them out and I'll show you as we go along how I did cut those out. I took this, I loved this piece right here. So I took it, fussy cut it around it. I'm gonna use that page and I'm saving this. I'm gonna show you an alternative front that I do from start to finish. So we'll get to that later. And all these other papers, I don't know which ones I'm gonna use, but as we go, I did some of this. But as we go, we're gonna just use as much of it as we can because we're stuck inside. We can do that. Okay, I wanna make this one, I'm gonna show you. This one's gonna be an 8 by 7. It's gonna be 8 by 7. And as you see, I was going to use it the way I normally do. But then again, after I got this all cut out and started thinking about my process, I want this to be on my front page. And it wouldn't fit this way, the way I wanted it to. So I went ahead and just redid my holes. And like I said, this is 7 by 8. Aren't y'all impressed that I actually measured something for you and cut it? But I did. And the other thing that I did was I went ahead and print to size. And I have a whole lot of Bryson's pictures that I have cut out. Let me reach and get them. Here we go. I have very little workspace here. So I went ahead and printed some of these just on paper. I didn't have any thicker paper, so I just did it on my regular copy paper. So we'll see how that works too. So, well, let's start now. One of the things that I want to use also is I want to try, now I don't know if it's going to work, I want to try to use some of the actual greenery that we have in the store. And I actually just, I don't know why, I just want to see if I can incorporate that in some way. Now, I loved this piece. So y'all know we're going to do it Brenda style here. I'm going to take it down. I can't find my pencil, so I use my ink pen. I'm just going to cut it off. But here's what I want to do this time. I have it ready to go here. I want this to come all the way to the bottom, but I want some of this to show around it, some of the black. So what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna fold this over, not quite to the line. This may be awkward for you all to see, but I'm gonna fold it over, not quite to the line. Now this is gonna be my bottom line, and then I'm gonna fold this one over, a little over the line. I don't care if it's straight or not, does not matter. I'm gonna fold it again, and then I'm gonna tear it. Now, you remember we have our rules of tearing, so I'm gonna tear it so that the white does not show. And I'm gonna guide it with my finger because I want it to be, you see how erratic this is, I kind of want this to be erratic also. Doesn't take long once you get your point of cutting. So we'll just pull it toward you, and that way you won't have the white. I get confused every once in a while. Sometimes it's just not working. Here we go. I just want it to be very... All right, here we go. Okay, now I'm going to take this side and I'm going to do the same. And it doesn't matter where I've cut my holes or how I've cut it. I actually got this a little bit upside down, but we'll work on it. Now, all right. This is running some off. That's fine with me. I actually think I am going to make the whole thing. Here we go again with my tearing. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I want this to have some curl and curve in it. I'm not going to completely glue it down. I want it to kind of almost round up. Was that a word we can use to bring it up? So I'm just gonna, before I glue it down, I'm just gonna kind of finger around it. And I'm also going to use my tape instead of my glue. There we go. So I'm gonna put it a little on the inside, and then I'm gonna tear a little bit off so I can get the end off. I haven't used this very much, but I sure do like it. I like the way that it sticks down on there. And you don't have to do it exactly right either. So, there we go. Now, here's my hard part, is trying to get it started so I can get it glued down. All right, I'm not gonna worry about my holes because I'm gonna recut those. I just wanted a guideline for where they are. So, there we go. Isn't that pretty? Love that. All right, let's set this over here. Now, here's my big boy here. I really, really love this. And I also want to, see, I have a little tiny white space there. I thought, well, I'll put that on there just to kind of show, but I liked it better when I backed it. And I rounded it off just by hand. I didn't do anything, any measuring or anything, because I didn't really, whoops, did my glue stick? There we go. So I want it kind of catty corner. Let me see. Let me see if this one's working a lot better. There we go. Yep. Now this paper is a little thin, so I don't want to use it really thick because I don't want it to bubble up. But I do want that on there so we can kind of introduce what this is going to be about. It's just going to be some fun. When I cut out some of the, like the butterfly wings, and I think I'm going to cut these a little more so I can bend it up a little more. So I just take that and I'm just going to put a couple of cuts here. I want to leave that one down. There we go. Now I'm going to experiment right here. So I know that I would like to have this in there. And I also want this butterfly somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I'm gonna figure it out. Now, this is where I'm thinking I want to try to use some of the greenery to just give it a little life, just something a little different. You can use, I could use my linens or my lace. I could use something like that, but I did want to use something that you had access to. Now, since I have a little up there, I'm gonna put a little bit down here. Now, I don't care if it comes off my page. In fact, I kind of like that. So let's see. I think that's gonna be okay. It's gonna be different. So I'm gonna get my little plan going. I want this to be a little three-dimensional. So I'm gonna get some of my Beam Me Up Scotty. Here we go. Now, I want that to be, here we go. We had this. I'm gonna just tap a little glue on it. Just a little, and I've got him sort of bend up. So you have a little three-dimensional thing there. Okay, now, this is where we're testing the waters. I'm gonna see if my glitter glue will glue this in like I want it to. We're gonna try this and see. This is my thought. I think I'm gonna have to hold it for a minute. Luckily, it doesn't take long for it to dry. And then I'm going to take the other leaf to give it a little, and then I'm gonna hold both of those. We'll see. We will see. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot I had put my beeper on. I had some things getting ready for supper tonight. All right, I'm kind of liking that. Let's put us a few down here in the bottom. I love trying something different. I love to see if it'll work. You know, you have something in your mind and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, but I think this is gonna work. And be sure to put your glue on the top because that's where, well, let's put it on the top and the bottom. I don't want it to be too stiff. There we go. Now these little sprigs are awesome. I use them for a lot of things. I use them for different, in my arrangements. This one has magnolia leaves. I just think they're pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Now, I want to put some bling on here and I want to use my black. I don't have very many times to use my black, so I'm gonna take the smallest little black here. I'm gonna put him in the middle of this nasturtium. He's pretty cute. And I think I just want some around, just to give it a little bling. All right. I think I'm gonna sit him to the side. I think I pretty much got my cover started. I'm not quite finished, but I think I've got him pretty much started. So let's go to the next page. I've just been so excited to use this paper. I just think it's some of the prettiest paper I've seen. Now, I'm gonna take this. This one has butterflies and little bitty swallows. See them? Those are really pretty. So I'm going to completely cover my page with this. I want to make sure my pattern's going the right way. This one is going to go on the inside, so let's make sure we got our sides right. Here again, you could measure it and cut it any way you want to. You can cut it on your cutter, but I just go this way. Follow in that line. Sometimes I work in smaller spaces, especially when I travel and I work and do my travel journals, and I don't have a whole lot of space, and all I can have are my little plastic. I don't even get to have my big scissors. I have to use my plastic scissors. All right, let's double check again. I want to make sure I'm getting it on the right. Okay. And the first thing I do with mine is I just get my petticoat, is what I call it. I say that when I have my watercolors, all of my things like that. I just get a petticoat down. There, I think that's better. I had it so cluttered you couldn't tell what I was doing, could you? That's the way of my life. Clutter it up. All right, let's glue this one down. This one down. I'm doing it as I go, and I don't have a lot of time to think about leaving and opening. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. Okay, now I want to use some of this that you see this edge, I want to use that on there. If I use it that way, my little holes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my holes out so I can see them. And know where they are. If I do that, you see it's gonna be coming in on the wrong side because of the way that this is made. So this isn't gonna work here the way that I wanted it to work. So I'm gonna get another sheet of paper and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use some of the stripe. I don't know if I want the, I think I want the peachy on there. That's kind of pretty. And it's very vertical. Very vertical. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to take I'm going to make a angular pocket in there. So I'm going to cut me some about right there. And then I think I want it to be about right here. All right. Now this is the way I do it. You can do it any way you want to. It does not matter either way. This is just something that I've worked on that works for me. I left the bottoms. Here again, we're gonna tear it. So we're gonna tear it so that, whoops, didn't get it down quite good enough. Didn't get it quite enough. So let's just tear it through here, leaving that open there. Y'all are probably screaming by now, but I just love the way this looks. Oops. Let's go ahead and cut that out. Okay. I know. I didn't get close enough. These are a process for me. Making these journals, I can't do them in a little bit of time. I'm not real quick at them. If they take somewhere for 2 to 3 hours. There we go. Now, let me know how that looks. So I'm just gonna glue down these sides. Right here, leaving that pocket open so we can put all of our cute little things on there. Now, you see these that are left? Okay, I'm gonna come back and I'll dress it up. I'll fix it so I've got all kinds of, I use that with my scraps, the scrap pieces that I have. Now, this, and I rarely do this, but this just kind of came, is the way it's gonna work this time. I'm cutting out this piece. This is one thing I wanted to use. And it's the colors. Look at there. Okay, so let's take a little piece of our, where did I put my butterfly page? I just used it. Am I the only one that does this? Am I the only one that does this? Probably not. All right, now. I'm just gonna kind of figure out how I want that to fit on there. Just a little bit. Here again, you can use your cutter if you want. What I'm gonna do, and the reason it won't matter, is I am going to curl my ends up. So this will be kind of like a little frame for it. And it'll just sit right down in there. Okay. Here again, this is a thinner paper. It's what I had. I'm a big believer in using what you have, and that's what I had at home. I'm just gonna put her in there. And I'm gonna get back out my Scotty. And I'm just gonna push her up a little bit. There we go. Here again, I'll come and decorate it up a little bit later. So, since this is already done, I'm gonna go ahead, this is gonna be the second page, so let's go ahead and fix this page that's next to it. I think I'm going to do this on this page. I like to use every scrap, so I'm going to cut that. Now, I'm also being very careful, kind of careful, because I did the, let's see, it goes this way. So I'm just doing it, I'm just being real with y'all. This is just how I do them when I'm at home. This is just how I do it. I'm gonna cover that up, is why it's not bothering me at all. Tell you what, let's cover it up this way. Okay. I didn't get it all the way to the edge because I know I've got to trim some of it off. Okay, there we go. Now on this side, I'm gonna take this little piece that we have left. Let's do it this way. I'm trying to be good. Trying to be good. I get in a hurry and I get excited is one of my problems. Okay, now here we go. Now I'm gonna leave this open. You may or may not want to stick something in there, but we're gonna leave it open anyway. And I'll come back and figure out how we're gonna fix that. What we're gonna do with our, what's left over. Then I'm gonna come under here and trim this down. So we have a little pocket here. Once that dries, we'll have a little pocket there. And you know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna snip the corner while I've got it and while I'm thinking about it. And I'm just gonna make me a little corner with it. That nice peachy color. And if you want another one, you can cut your paper and cut it again. Doesn't matter if they're the same size. Doesn't matter to me. Do I want it to have on the gold side or do I want it to be on the peach side? Let's do it with the same. My watch is telling me to breathe, y'all. I must be holding my breath. There we go. That's looking pretty cute there. All right. Now we have 2 pages. We've got that one, that one. Let's go ahead and put our holes in this one. I know, I have weird ways of finding my holes. Those holes can be pesky little things. They can get away from you quicker than anything. And sometimes when I get to the end, I've got big old holes. Okay, so I didn't check my holes, but we'll be fine. All right, once we get to the end of it, you'll never notice it. There we go. Now we got our next 2 pages. I think this one, I think I'm gonna make 4 pages. I cut 5, but I think I'm gonna make 4 because I've got another thing in mind that I would like to do. Now I'm gonna go to my paper pack and I wanna find the black paper. I'm just in love with this black. There's a butterfly, but there's also another. I think I'm going to just follow the butterfly theme and go with the butterflies. Beautiful paper. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now this one, I want to leave the top open on it. So I'm telling myself that. And I also think I want to put a belly band on this one. So I'm just gonna mark my cut and cut it. This makes it fast and easy for me. Please, please use your trimmer if you want to. I have no problem with any way you want to do it, as you all know, if you've ever taken my class. Now this one, I don't have to worry about the pattern. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm gonna leave my top open because I think I want to put a tag in there at some point. I want to make a cute tag with what's left. So I'm gonna put that on there. Okay. And I just had a thought. I cut out, let's see where my holes are. This might not work. No, we're gonna have to do it on one of, like, we'll have to do it on, no, we won't either. I guess we will have to do it on this one. Know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm liking that. All right, I've got that butterfly up there, and I don't want to lose his wing. And I do want him on there, so I'm gonna do that. Don't mind that he's sticking up. In fact, I may completely cut him. He's hanging on by a hair. I may just completely take him off in a minute. Okay, and I have this little strip right here, this left. So I'm simply gonna find a piece of, let's see how I want to do that. I don't want the whole thing. I want some of it showing. So I think I'm just gonna do this. I want some of it showing, so I'm gonna do it, I'll piece it like that. I use every scrap I can, gang. I guess I'm from that old school when I used to, there were very few papers and you had to really, really hang in there. Now this, I'm gonna treat this kind of like a pocket. I know it's not really deep enough for a pocket, but we're gonna go ahead and treat it like one. I'm gonna lay it over that part. And then we've got that little, and I also trimmed out my butterflies so that they could be 3D. These are the cutest things. And I'm gonna glue him down. I'm just afraid he's gonna, in the wear and tear, I'm afraid he's gonna get lost in the shuffle. I'll leave his little wings out. Now, we've got his little petticoat on. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna put a belly band right down through there. And I think I'm gonna use birdhouse. About like that. So let's get the cutter. I just decide how wide that I want. I don't want it too wide. I just want him wide enough that he'll hold the papers in place that go under. Take our chances on this. Okay, now, oh yeah, that looks good. Loving the gold. I want this one to be tight. I got it a little long, so I'm just gonna trim him off just a little. And all this is gonna do is just stabilize whatever you put in this little pocket. Is all this is for. Like just for instance, if you want to put something, it just stabilizes it so you'll have that. And then we're going to come back and work on him, adding the bling on him. Okay, that was quick enough. All right, that's that page. So let's do this page. That green is very pretty, and I saw this. So we got to remember where our opening is. And let's just use this. I had one of my students say, every time you do that, I just cringe. Well, sometimes I do too, being really honest. when my first album I ever did with the linen and lace, you didn't need anything but scissors because there was really no paper that I did. And then when I found all of the vintage papers, I started using my scissors because there was no way that you could cut a whole page out, actually. So that's kind of how the scissors started. And then my first album I made with paper, I used scissors. And then May introduced me to the trimmer, and I love it. I just sometimes have a hard time using it because old habits, I'm an old dog, and old habits are hard to quit. Now, I'm gonna leave this one open right here, not sure why. I'm not sure why. I just kind of feel like I wanna leave it open for a little while until I decide. I don't know if I'm gonna use it for a pocket. I don't know. I just don't know. Do y'all ever get that making anything that you're making? You're just like, for some reason, I think I want to do that, so. And a reason just hit me, and I already did that. So I'm gonna let some of that glue come off. And I'm just gonna fold him back a little bit. Just gonna fold him back a little bit for right now until I really figure out what I want to do. Okay, did I have a scrap of this left? I did. So I'm just gonna kind of, see, I had a little bird left there. Probably need to use my little scissors now. That's just what I picked up. Edge these around. And you notice I'm not getting close. I'm just I'm just rounding out the edges, I guess you could say, that are on here, just as a little decoration. Here we go. Okay, changed my mind. I thought of something I wanted to do, so I'm gonna glue him back down. I'm gonna do a runaway again. I thought of something I want to do. Okay, now I put my holes in. Something flitted through my mind. Fix her different later. I didn't get her over far enough. I thought I had her over far enough, but I didn't. All right, now. The backs of these are white, so that's a great place to put photos. And I love the way these two complement each other. And I want to avoid that. So I'm going to make me a trifold, but what I want is for this to be on top because this is white. So if I trifold it and when I open it up, it has white so I can put my pictures on there, which means I'm gonna fold back just a little area that I can glue down. And I'm gonna do it back and forth so it'll be easy to pull out. And I'm going to put my glue on the white side. I'm gonna go ahead and glue him down. I'm gonna avoid my hole. I'm gonna go ahead and glue him down. Don't worry about the butterfly, I'll get him in a minute. Now, when I do my trifold, I really don't want to go all the way to him, but I do want it to be larger on one end. I don't want it to be really short because I want to fill up some of my page. So I'm gonna think how long I want this. And I'm gonna put him down and then I'm gonna make my fold. Simple as that. Simple, simple. And see, I have a place for a picture here. I can do journaling here or a picture. And then when I fold him out, I have lots of room for pictures, journaling, whatever I want to do. Now, and I also want to make a tab for him there. And to kind of bring them in together, that's normally not a big thing for me, but I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut me just a little bit of these butterflies, maybe a little longer. And I'm going to make a tab to pull it out with. And the tab's super, super simple. You can cut it after you fold it if you want to. And I simply put me some glue on either side and decide how long I want him to be. So I want him to be about right there. Now, isn't he pretty? Now, I happen to have this little thing that caught my eye that I fussy cut. Didn't know why, but I did. And I think I'm gonna put him right there on the edge. Oops. There we go. Oh, yeah. It's pretty. Okay, those are done. Got the petticoat. I'm getting my petticoat down pretty quick. It's coming along pretty quick. So we've got now, I always like to go back so I can revisit. We've got the front. We have these two sides, which I'm gonna come back and work on. We have this one, and now this this is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do one more page. Let's see what we got left over here. I think I wanna use this red. No, that's so pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Do I wanna do red on red? If I put something on top and I can make my pocket using this, and then I just need a small strip there, and I think I've got one. I think I can find something right here. I save every inch I can. Y'all, sometimes it gets ridiculous, but that's just me. All right. Let's see how we can, if this will work. See if I got it long enough. See if my eye got it long enough. Yeah, I did. Cool. I'll just cut it off if it's too long. I'll just cut it off. This should be a lesson in how to save your paper, shouldn't it, gang? I just hate to waste pretty paper. So this is gonna be, let me make sure I've got my holes right. I have to check all the time. Okay, there's those holes, there's this way, okay. All right. Oh, just about perfect. All right, now, you know what? Isn't that pretty up there, that black? I think I'm just gonna leave that black. That's pretty. Let's just do that. That's just really loving. I'm loving this black. Let's just do that. Let's leave us a pocket open. Down there pretty. Oh, we didn't go over too much. Just a little bit on this side. It's not bad at all. But I want something up there, so I think I just want a strip of something. Let's see what we can find. Oh, look. Let's do this. I'm trying to decide if I want to pop him up. I think I'm going to glue him down. I think that's going to be the best way. Now, I'm just going to put the glue on the different places. I don't want it on the wing. I'm going to move him over a little bit. All right, let's leave him there for a minute. Let's let him marinate for a little while, see how it does. All right, now, I've got this page. So, I want to holes are on that side. I love it when a plan comes together. It's going a little faster than I thought it would. And it kind of helps when you've already picked out your paper. That does kind of help some. And already kind of decided what you want to do. Thought that I wanted to put a border there with that. But you know what? I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna leave the top open to make it be a pocket. These papers are so pretty, it's hard to have a lot of stuff going on, because I think I just want to put a picture right here when it gets time. I'm trying to be more diligent about my holes. I know that drives me crazy when I get to the end and I go, oh, shoo. Okay, now let's do another little bitty band. Let's do one with a stripe. I'll move him over. Let's do him about there. About 3/4 of an inch. Y'all think that's great? I actually used a number. Don't you love these Tim Holtz? All right, let's put him right here. Like I say, we're gonna come back and do all of our decorating later. Now, back page. Back page, we have to remember it always needs to be kind of flat. So, let's see what we have left over here. Let's use this. And let's figure out how we want to do that. Here we go. Let's figure out how we want to do him. Here's what I had in mind. I'm going to go over him a little bit because I want it to overlap. Yeah. I am not going to fold it over because I don't want this to be exactly perfect. I want it to be like it's a scrap sheet of paper that we ended up with. I hadn't decided which way I'm going to put him. I don't know if I'm going to put him this way and put another scrap, or this way and bring him in coming out of him. That's kind of my thought right there. I think that one looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm going to glue it down because we won't have a pocket on the back. I mean, you can if you want to. I normally don't. I have before, I might say, but okay, now I want him to be coming right out of him. And down in that open spot down there, I'm going to write the date and whatever the journal is supposed to be about. That looks good for a bag. There we go. Now, that is the book petticoat. So let's go through it. Front, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got it all ready. So let's look through it one more time. Okay, we got these pages. Got all of these done. Now I'm going to go back through and I'm going to decorate it. I tried this. I wanted to see if this would bend just right, and I think it's going to do what I want it to do. I thought I had some glue dots, but I don't. So I'm going to make my own glue dots with this. I'm just going to take a pretty good amount of it, and I'm going to make my own little glue dot. There we go. I can't quite get the liquid glue to work, so I want a little dot here because I want it to kind of twirl around. And then I'm going to put one right there. And I'm just going to make my own little glue dot and glue him down there. And then on this end, I'm going to dovetail it the quick way. And I'm going to bend him. I love this ribbon. This ribbon, we got it it's online, but it's got a little copper edge on it. See, it almost looks like burlap. Okay, that's what I'm using, but I really like it. It looks good with this paper. But I dovetailed one. But I am going to glue him because this will go up against the paper better. I am going to stick him kind of in there. And I'm going to take this one. I'm going to do another one that's not quite so. I'm going to dovetail him. We're just prettying it up. That was not smart. Dovetailed it the wrong way. Here we go. There we go. And I'm going to put him right here. just to kind of distribute it a little bit all around. Now, all these that I have already cut out, and I picked out some of the gold things that were in my little button box. I know everybody's got a button box, but I decided I think I want this, I think I want him right there. And I want him with some of my Scotty. I want him to kind of be sticking up. I just love this busy front because we want to be able to bend our, put him over here. I want to be able to bend our little wings so that it looks like it's going to fly. All right, and now I'm going, this is the tester part that we had. I just had grabbed a bunch of these when I decided I wanted to do it. But it is the honey gold. And I'm going to just make me a few little, like I want to go frame around this little picture. I'm going to frame some of this around the little picture. And I want it to, I'm going to make it like it's a gold frame on that. And take the little dot there on top of the, I want to put a little bit on the tips of the wings of the butterfly. And I'm just on the, I'm just barely touching some of these. I just want it to have a little sparkle. I don't want it to be a dot. Kind of smoothing it out as I go. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm going to put this aside because it'll have to, I may have to go over it again. We can't do the underside until we get through there. All right, now, this is where I got the hole in the paper. And I don't mind it, but if you do mind it, you can either put another piece of paper. We could actually glue some of the ribbon on there, but I'm not going to do anything to it because I'm fine with it. What I am going to do is make the little insert. Let's see what we have left. Let's see what we have left of all of our stuffs. Not a whole lot, gang. We did pretty good. So let's just make us a picture card right here. Let's see. Yep, that'll go in there. I'm going to go back over here through my pictures. Now let's see. We already have this one, but let's do a little group here. Let's do these two. So I'm just going to glue those down on that sheet of paper. And I'm going to stick it right in there. And on the back side, you can use this as a journal. You can write down what it is. You could put, let's see, let's put on this one, let's put beach 2019. And I'm going to put Bryson, and then I can come over here and I can write when we went to the beach on there. Now, also right down here, I think I want to put, I found this little piece right here. I kind of like it there. This is just something that I've had forever. I hope this, I don't know, I've never tried to put it down with glue before. Let's see if it will. If it will, we're going to be in luck. Give it a minute. I'm just going to hold it down a minute there before we do anything to it. So I think that's pretty much done. You can add or take away whatever you want to in there to put it in there. So I'm going to flip this over. I heard it clink. It's not going to stick that way. I'm going to have to do it another way. I'll figure it out later. Now, this is where we had the pull out, and I am so glad that I have these. I'm going to cut the top and the bottom off of these a little bit so it fits. I'm going to put these in there. I really do love this print to size thing. It has really opened up my world. And then on this side, let me see what else I have here. I think I'll put over here. I think I'm going to put this down in the corner, and that way I can write. I can fix me a place to write on there. The closer I get to the end, the more junk I have collected, and the more junky it gets. Now on this side, we can journal, or we can do whatever we want to. I think I want to put him right up there. That looks pretty cute right there. Just adds a little bit up in the corner. All right, this has the belly band on there. And it also has, I saved this piece so that I can make another fold out that I really love to do. I like to bring it to the middle. You can measure it and make it work out exactly right. I'm going to overlap a little bit because I want to put a tab on there. Now on the front of this one, I want to put that. Isn't that pretty? Oh gosh, that's so pretty. Let's put that on there. This is another one of the cutouts I did. I just went through and cut out a bunch of this on one page. This does not have stickers. And I love me a sticker. I love a sticker. And I'm going to find a little piece. Where did I put it? Here we go. Let's just cut us a little tab here. Tab is not straight. And if you want to, you can nip the sides. And then on that tab, I'm going to put and on this one, I'm going to put another one. I love these blacks. Let's see. I think I want this size. I love these blacks. It gives it just enough. This slips into here and through here. And we're going to let it hang out a little bit too. Love that, love that, love that. And I like to have enough room to grow, I guess you'd call it. All right. Now, this page, I saved this part that went on here. I thought I want to put that on there, but that's not what I want to do with it. Here's what I want to do with it. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do that because, see, that fits right in there to me. So on the inside of this, I want to put Bryson with her little butterfly face. Let me see if I can translate what I want to do. I'm going to square off the piece. Let's see, that one's got a little cut in it. There we go. Then I'm going to take it from corner to corner, and I'm just going to cut me a corner. I just want a corner. And I want to put the corner, I want to put her on the corner. I might put her under the corner. That's what I think I'll do. Now, I also might want two. So I'm going to put him in here. I'm going to make him a little bit smaller. Let's see if that fits in here. Yeah, that'll fit in there really well. This is my favorite part of doing it. And I get so excited, sometimes I forget where I am. So I want to put him just right in there. And then I want to take this side. And I'm going to put him just right in there. And just let it tag over. Now I'm going to glue down the rest of it. I'm going to glue it all down. Because it is, like I said, it is kind of flimsy. But this way I don't have to have so much glue on there. I don't want this thin paper to bubble up. Look at those eyes. Ah! I could eat her up. Look at those eyes. All right, now on this side, down into here, I want a strip of something right there. Oh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Strip right through here. Now I am going to get my quarter out. I'm going to put it on top of everything I have here. I'm going to be very careful. I'm just going to do that first little row of birdhouses. That's what I'm going to do. And I just want it as a border, so I'm just going to glue it down. It's not going to serve any purpose other than just to be pretty. I already cut this little piece out. I'm going to trim up just a little bit of that white off. This is going to give this picture just a little stability. You know, you just make do when you're home. You just make do with what you got. I'm just going to go across there. These butterflies. And in this little open place right here, I'm going to put that sweet little face right there. Now this is what the way I like to. I want it to go under there. like to use all that I have. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be stuck. Ah, that was where that didn't stick. Okay, so, all right, now I got to fix this. I think that will work right there. Cover up the bobo that I made. Learned a lesson. The metal will not stick on there. So we got that. That might be bothering me. Let me see. That might be. Okay, I got an idea. I have an idea. This is what I'm going to do. It's still going to be in that hole, but it's not going to be so flimsy. So let's pull her up. Okay. Let's pull her up. And then we're going to reposition her. Take off the little butterfly. There we go. Now I want to take this little corner. I think I'm going to do it this way. Take this little corner. Put him right here. And then I'm going to take another little corner. Doesn't have to be the same size. I'm going to put it on the other side, right down here. I'm going to put him right down here. And it's kind of like a little photograph corners. And then I'm going to take my butterfly, wherever he went. I'm going to reuse him right where he was. Just settle right there on the side of the picture. Now I still have this little part, this little spot right here. So here was another piece that I cut. And I'm just going to frame it out. I think it's a leaf. I'm not sure, but I'm going to use it to disguise. So this should show you, you can fix it. If you don't like it, you can fix it. So there we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, we got him. Got that one done. We did not put anything in here. So I think I'm going to put her trophies. I'm going to glue her down and pop her up. I got a little bit of pop in there, but I'm going to do both. It kind of lets that little middle bulge out a little bit. There we go. And this is another time we were at the beach. Now here is for my journaling. It's going to be right here. There we go. Over. Got my little sweet girl there. I'm going to put her right here. There we go, eyes. This, remember we did that. We have room for another one on the back. Let me just find another one that we can put on the back. There we go. Disney World, Pandora. She loves that place. And I forgot what the people are called that she got her ears like. Now I'm going to put it right down here because that leaves me room to write up there. That sweet face there. And on the back, we can journal right here. We can journal whatever we want to write there. So I want to gather up all of my extra pieces that I have. All of my scrap pieces. I'm going to put them together. I want to put this picture on there. But I want to frame it out. But in this little space right here, I want to make another fold out. Get my cutter and make sure this is good and straight. And what I want to do with this one is I want to make another accordion. Let's see which way we want it to be. Yeah, let's do it this way. I'm going to make another accordion. Another place for journaling, another place for pictures. On the front of it, I want to put this sweet picture. Now, all this is going to do is it's just going to tuck in. It's going to tuck into one of my folds that I have. It's actually going to tuck into here. I love the contrast of the two stripes. There we go. Yeah, she tucks just right in there. I want to make a pocket. Let's see, all of these things. Let's see what this, yes, perfect. Okay, I want to make a pocket there. So all I'm going to do is cut this off to fit. And then when it fits, all right, there's my hole. So that means the hole would be here. If I do it up here, there we go. That's what I want to do. Okay, now to make the pocket, I'm just going to do the glue here and here. There we go. And now we can use that pocket. Here's a little piece left. Love that. That's so rich looking. You can put him right in there. Perfect. All right. Now on this one, we already have there. Uh-oh. Look at there what I did. So that means I get to use another sticker. Look here. Look at this. Perfect. Oh, wait a minute. That's attached to something. Oh, that might not work. Let's do this. All right, let me think about it. Ah, found it. There we go. Found it. Look at those sweet faces. This is strictly going to be a Bryson album. I'll go back up here in the corner. I'm going to cut me another piece of corner. See how that, I think I'm going to make a small little edge there. Just something to, for no reason. I'm just going to add it just for interest. Now, I want something right up here. I've got to think what I want. I want to use my scraps is what I want to do. I don't want to go into another sheet of paper. I just want to use what scraps are left here. Ah, perfect. I want to leave that little bud on there, but I don't want it as big as it is. So cut it down just a little bit. Yeah, it works. Just to make a little pretty. I'm just layering. That's all I'm doing is layering. I'm almost making scrapbook pages, but not. Okay. Now we have our little pull out. We have our little area that we can use there. Find one more picture over here. Let's see. I kind of like these little sandy feet. Look at these little sandy feet. Look at there. Let's see if it'll fit in here. Oh, no, it'll fit right here. And that'll be a little surprise. And then I can write about the sandy feet on here. There's another. We got that all handled. Let's see. Here we go. I want to use this. I'm going to get my trimmer out to trim this out. And I'm saving every scrap I can because I can use these on other projects from this. Let me see. Do I want it? I think I'll do it like that. I think I want to do that. Make us a little, out of what's left, I want to make a, it doesn't have to be just alike. This just happened to be big enough to work. There we go. We can have our 2 pieces. There we go. 3. Come back with some of the ribbon. I'm gonna make me a little, make us a little album, I guess you could say. Make us through here a little album. Gosh, we've been at this a long time, haven't we? Now, what I want to make sure is I've got enough leeway to tie my knot, but yet also that we can open the album when we start either writing or painting, whatever you want to do with it. Love this ribbon. It just bends and shakes and works. There we go. Okay, that's a little bold right there. So I'm going to go back down. Tie it a little bit shorter. I'm loving this. Loving, loving, loving it. There's the front. I used the page. I fussy cut all that out. These were the pages. There was that one page that I cut everything out of. Then I made the little pockets to go in. And then this is a pocket. You can add anything else that you want to. I happened to see this. I think I'm going to add this one into this page. I was going to put it somewhere, but I kind of like the way it looks that way. And just put him in there. And we have our fold out here. And this was just a piece that we had fussy cut out. I think that it does need to be glued down. You know, we were waiting to kind of see what we wanted to do. I do that a lot. Sometimes I forget to go back. There we go. All right. She's attached. And this is one of my favorite pages. Do some journaling in there. You can go on as far as you want it to. Come back out. Got a pocket here. We made a little booklet. This is a little booklet we made that we can put in through here. The back is plain like it is. And there we go. All right, guys. Till our next adventure.